Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure and honor to speak in front of the prominent personalities on this auspicious opportunity. The COVID pandemic has had a huge impact on the trade landscape, but at the same time, it has accelerated our reflection on the sustainability, adaptability, and reliability of the current international trading system, especially global trade supply chains. From the very beginning of the pandemic, the WCO has worked closely with customs administrations and the private sector as well as international organizations to maintain the sustainability of international supply chains and to support the recovery of world trade. The question in front of us are how to keep the momentum going and how to enhance it. Bearing this in mind, the WCO has developed numerous instruments, tools, and programs that contribute to realization of resilient supply chains and trade facilitation. For example, to address the e-commerce, the WCO adopted a framework of standards that advises customs to receive electronic advance data from the relevant service providers in a standardized way to secure and facilitate the ever-thriving e-commerce, especially under the COVID-19. The World Trade System is not a self-contained system. Rather, it rests on a global governance ecosystem that involves political, economic, social, environmental, and technological aspects. Customs is an important part of the ecosystem and has wide-ranging impact on those aspects. Of course, multilateralism remains the underlying principle for designing our policies in pursuit of economic growth. Together with other international organizations, the WCO is dedicated to the maintenance and enhancement of multilateralism as shown in the case of e-commerce in support of trade facilitation. With the progress in so-called Industrial Revolution 4.0, a number of innovative technologies have emerged, such as blockchain, Internet of Things, and big data. Those technologies are transforming the working environment for customs and will bring significant change and benefit to trade and customs operations. The WCO monitors the waves of technological innovation and explores the opportunities new technologies provide. On the other hand, technology could pose challenges to customs in the fight against illicit trade. Organized crime would exploit technologies to conceal their offenses well in advance of law enforcement agencies. Therefore, customs administrations need to improve their knowledge and improve their capacities in investigating technology-related customs offenses. Emerging technologies are also adding complexity to the legal frameworks through which customs operations are empowered. To what extent customs can utilize the technologies, whether the technology-based enforcement by customs can ensure accuracy and authenticity, as well as data security and privacy. These are some of the questions for us to deal with. The questions may trigger customs administration's efforts in policy experimentation and regulatory sandboxes for more up-to-date legal frameworks. In recent regional trade deals, customs plays an increasingly important role. Customs engagement in preferential trade agreement has gone beyond the traditional fiscal measures to include protection of society, such as environmental protection, intellectual property, and anti-corruption, as well as economic competitiveness. While customs is often regarded more as an implementation agency rather than a policymaker, customers should be able to provide policy advice through providing data as a basis for evidence-based decision-making. Another contribution of customers could come from its good partnership with other government agencies and business. Hence, the WCO calls on our member customer administrations to strive for a leading role in their National Committee on Trade Facilitation as exemplified by the CBIC. To discharge its function properly, customs needs to increase its visibility to the public and civil society to improve the compliance environment. Regular communication with the public and dissemination of customs information via websites, social media, and dialogues are essential. Customs administrations across the world share similar missions, but their implementation capacities differ vastly in terms of human, financial, and technological resources. This situation could result in a weak linkage in the global supply chain and might harm connectivity and thus hamper economic and social development in a harmonious way. To address this potential deficiency, the WCO provides best practices and forums for exchanging experiences. It also offers further cooperation in providing capacity-building support to members in need, thanks to financial support by donor administrations. In this regard, I appreciate India's effort in joining other members in providing the WCO with a Customs Cooperation Fund in support of WCO capacity-building programs. Moreover, the increasing number of customs administrations have implemented the WCO's Safe Framework of Standards, including the Authorized Economic Operators or AEO program, to provide more facilitative measures to compliant traders, which is the realization of customs business partnership. They gradually move forward towards mutual recognition agreement on AEO with a number of MRAs reaching more than 90. The MRAs between members have become part of the international framework for customs contribution to international trade growth. On the other hand, the Customs Mutual Assistance Agreement, CMAAs, signed between customs administration by different WCO members enable the exchange of information and the joint enforcement for compliance purposes. At a multilateral level, WCO has developed instruments and guidance to enhance customs cooperation. The mission of facilitating cross-border trade cannot go without multi-stakeholders' efforts, including customs, tax, trade, transport, quarantine, and banking. In the context of trade facilitation, there are huge demands for reducing documentation requirements, simplifying formalities and procedures, and improving transparency and predictability in the trading system. Customs administrations therefore need to tighten cooperation with other authorities in the spirit of coordinated border management. For instance, when it comes to simplifying invoice processing, data sharing between customs and tax authorities via a common e-platform is critical. Ensuring stable revenue is a top priority of many governments. Given that customs and tax administrations share the same taxpayers and potential tax evaders, customs and tax authorities could mutually support their activities by the exchange of information as evidenced from the experience in India. Other areas of customs tax cooperation involves conducting joint investigations, controls, audit, and operations. WCO also welcomes tax authorities and other relevant government agencies to join efforts and establish a multi-agencies or even single government AEO programs to bring more coordinated border management benefits to AEOs. Well, thus far I talked about the WCO initiatives in improving efficiency and effectiveness of customs administrations. Also, I touch upon the usefulness of cooperation between customs, tax, and other government agencies. I hope that India could provide best practices in this area to improve business climate and inspire other countries to follow. Thank you very much.